Hello all, welcome to English Preceptor channel. Now let's learn the sound. We are going to learn T sound. The tip of the tongue should touch the upper palate. We have to produce the gush of air at the same time, which means we have to produce hissing sounds. So exactly we have to pronounce as T. T. Now let's learn the tongue twister. Let's read this tongue twister. A tutor who tutored a flute, tried to tutor, to toot is to toot, sat to toot, there to there is order to toot, or to toot is to toot. So what is the differentiation that we are going to learn in this tongue twister? So T-O, T-W-O, T-O-O. So these two pronunciation as two, right? So how we can make differentiation T-O, T-W-O or T-O-O? So now let's learn this first, then we'll go for the tongue twister, right? So in English, some sounds come from our mouth, some sounds come from our upper throat, some sounds come from our lower throat. So in this T-O, it has to come from our mouth and we have to pronounce very shortly. Exactly we have to pronounce as T. But T-W-O-2, this sound should come from our upper throat and it should be a little longer than this T-O. So exactly we have to pronounce as T. So if you want to check, you just take two fingers and you just keep it on your upper throat, and if you know the vibration, you are pronouncing correct. T. And T-O-O, this sound should come from a lower throat and this has to be more longer than these two. So exactly we have to pronounce as T. If you want to check, we can do the same. You just take two fingers and keep on our lower throat. As we know the vibration, we are pronouncing correct. T. So this is two, two, two. I am going to school. I have two children. I like it too. So that is the differentiation. So now let me read very slowly for you to get the pronunciation. But when you practice, you have to practice very fast, because when you practice in this way, your mouth muscles get practiced to pronounce the words in English. A tutor who tutored a flute tried to tutor two tutors to toot, said third. Third is the light sound. Third, to their tutor. Is it harder to toot or to tutor to tutors to toot? So you have to practice very fast whenever you have a time. So however you are spending time to practice the tongue twister, you can pronounce the words in English very easily. So now we have completed the sounds and we have completed tongue twisters. So now let's go over to grammar part. I just remember when my daughter was 2 years old, which means now she is 10 years old, which means before 8 years. So when she was 2 years old, she just sat on my lap. I just fed her. She did mischievous. She played with me. So I just remember those days. But now she is 10 years old. Now she behaves good. She eats on her own. She studies on her own. One day I just asked her what you will be in your future. And she replied me that she will be a teacher. When I asked, after 15 years, which means when she will be 25 years old, she will be a teacher, right? So what we have got in these three things, like before 8 years, she was a child. Now she is. After 15 years, she will be, which means before is the past. Now is the present. After is the future, right? So it is nothing. Before she was, now she is. After she will be, she will be, right? So it just denotes the action takes the time. The action takes the time. It is called tenses. Mainly there are three types of tenses: present tense, past tense, future tense. Present tense has four types: simple present, present continuous, present perfect continuous tense. Like past also 4 types: simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous. Likewise, future also 4 types: simple future, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous tense. Now let's learn in the next 2 classes. We will learn very clearly about each tenses. Now I have just given an introduction of tenses, right? So now let's move on another part. We are going to learn syllable. So syllable, we just know just giving intonation only the words, right? But even in the words also we can give the voices, right? So this is all 2 syllable. 2 syllable is nothing. What are the words we can split as 2 parts? For example, okay, yourself, today, right? Okay, yourself, today. So these all are 2 syllable. How we can give voice these 2 syllable? Now let's learn. Actually, we can split it as okay. For the first part has to be in low pitch and the second part has to be in the high pitch, right? So for example, in this, for okay, yourself, today, okay, yourself, today. Is it okay? Tell me about yourself. Today is my birthday, right? So we have to give low pitch, high pitch according to the word. The first part we have to give low pitch and the second part we can give high pitch. Okay, yourself, today. So now let me tell you a new word of today. So today we are going to learn a new word, give up. Give up. So give up is nothing, just stop doing actions. Stop doing action. So what action we are doing? We are just stop. That is only give up. For an example, I made up my mind to give up drinking tea. And another example, the doctor suggested the patient to give up smoking. Right? So now let's have quick recall. Like, so what are the sound we learned today? We learned the sounds and sound tongue twister, introduction to tenses, 2 syllable and 1 new word, right? So these all are just quick recapitulations what we learned today. The tongue twister you have to practice continuously. The tenses you have to be clear what is past, what is present and what is future. And the syllable also, when you speak in English, that you have to try to give the voices to the 2 syllable. And the new word we just learned, right? So when you speak, you just try to implement what we learned in the classes, right? But you have to follow the classes only. You can speak in English, right? So let me give you an activity because these all are the learning sources to learn English. But the activity only helps you to speak in English, right? So what is the activity I am going to give you today? So you have to find the different tenses for past, present, future, right? So you just collect and you just try to make the sentences for past, present and future. So if you want to follow the classes, you can subscribe our channel. When we upload the videos, you can get notification. Thank you.